one of his main goals was how he can make money in sports betting without actually betting, because you guys know it, betting is not easy. I know you guys love sports betting, and today I am going to talk to you about what are other ways that you can make money in sports betting. I was just talking to second half Chaz, and he was talking about, one of his main goals was how he can make money in sports betting without actually betting, because you guys know it, betting is not easy. And everybody talks about how they got such good game, but you know what, if you're not winning that much, guys, don't lie to yourself. You still working a job, yeah, then you're not winning that much. Okay, so there's guys that are professionals that this is all they do, so you know what, those guys are probably winning a lot. So but what were some of the ways that you made money in sports betting pre-PASPA, strike down? It was, you were either betting, you were either a handicapper or a tout, or you were either a bookie. But you know who made the most money in that formula? It was always the bookies. Why? Because they're taking your bets, and they're taking bets of losers, But pre-PASPA, when Vegas was the only spot that sports gambling was legal, you either had to live in Vegas if you wanted to get in the industry, and now we've got about 10, maybe 11 states with legalized sports gambling, which is crazy, so now there are way more ways to get involved in the industry. Now ask yourself this, would you be willing to go all in the sports betting industry? If so, then keep listening, because there are so many opportunities right now in sports betting. I'm talking to so much people. They're talking about what they're doing, and we talk about what we're doing. So there's so many opportunities for you to make money in sports betting, and it just doesn't have to be in the book, guys. Sometimes, playing in the book is fun, and you get to do it in your underwear because you get to just do it on your phone, get to do it on the internet. But you know what? Sometimes you got to wake up and go to work, right? Well, if you love sports betting, why not get in the industry? There's so many things to do. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that you can be doing in the sports betting industry that, that it's something that you can enjoy and also make money in. And maybe you get some more knowledge than you already are about who to bet on. So you get more inside information, right? So as I mentioned to you, I was just talking to second half Chaz. He runs sportsbettingweekly.com, and he does a radio show. So that is one way for you to get involved in the industry. Starting your own radio show or podcast. You can talk about sports. I know some of the guys they're called the Ice Guys. What's his name? Alex. I think his name's Alex. I can't remember off the top of my head, but anyways, they're the Ice Guys. They're doing a podcast. There's so many things, not just podcasts. You can do internet TV. I know those guys at Wager Talk. They're doing their thing. You got when PASPA was struck down, all of a sudden so many things were going on, especially with Wager Talk too. They got Kelly in Vegas was probably already with them, but now they got a girl named Minty Betts. There's so many things going on, and it's so exciting. Another guy that I'm talking to, Ryan Nupp, and Nupple. He runs Nupp Sports. We just were on his podcast. He's a writer, and he starts putting out his own podcast too. And he does a website, and I'm sure there's blogging, there's talking about sports betting on their website, so you guys can do that too. I mean, if you guys are already listening to all this sports information, put it down on a computer, put it down on paper, or you start talking about it. You can do it on social media just like I'm talking to you guys right now. And that's the media side, but there's also the data side now. But within that media / data, there's also photography and video. There's companies will pay for the photos that you take. If you follow a specific team, I know that these were around even during these are just around even during non-sports betting times, but who knows if you can get some good content, photography or video of asking some athlete about what he thinks about the lines. If I'd love to post that on my social media. So if you got access to some of those guys, share some of that. And now there's also data companies providing scores, odds, stats, and then so me as a company, we pay for that kind of information. We need those scores, we need those odds, and I know guys that there's companies that are already out there. You can get jobs, technical jobs within those companies, programming, of course. There's a lot of programming within this industry. So if you're a programmer and if you love sports betting, get in this industry. We hire programmers ourselves because we have an app, we have a website. So programmers are very important in this industry. There's also data from less followed sports. So if you're in a country and there isn't too much data followed on the sport, or if you're in a town and you follow your local college and they offer lines on it, if you can get some of that data and share it with people, man, that's some good information. I'm sure people will be willing to pay you for that. Speaking of information, you also got tout services, handicapping services. Now, if you were around back in the day, sports betting, most of those guys were in Las Vegas, and there were some rules to it being in Vegas. I don't know if it was true or not, but that's what they would tell you over the phone, but now these handicapping services are everywhere. You don't got to be in Vegas anymore. And actually I just saw in New Jersey some guys put up a billboard of their handicapping service. In New Jersey, that's crazy because that's something that I felt like that you would only see that in Vegas, and now you can see it in Jersey. So it's going wild out there. And speaking of which, Jersey is like the new sports betting hub. Vegas is like casinos and gambling, but for sports betting, wow, it's moving to Jersey, which is crazy. There's a lot of players out there. Y'all like sports betting in Jersey. So there's all those companies, as I said, just media companies, data companies, tout services. There's also gaming companies like us. Like, we're our social game, but there's also real sports books that now you can apply to that are everywhere, probably in your state now. But we are a social game, and there's more startups like myself that are coming up in this industry trying to carve out a niche for ourselves. And so if you want to work with a startup, look for something like that. Lastly, we've got bettingjobs.com. There are some guys that I met, and this is like Monster, right? Or but for betting jobs, and you can find jobs in the UK, you can find jobs in the US. So if you're really dying to get a job in the sports betting industry, check out bettingjobs.com. I met one of the guys there. I think he was a recruiter. So, I looked on there. It's pretty cool, if you're looking to get in the industry. That's all for today, guys. Keep playing on Picking Duck. Try out our new NFL preseason lines, and we will catch you guys later. Have a good one.